Meghan Markle has returned to her favorite royal position. She is selling candles and spreading her Royal Cypher, replete with a real crown. Welcome back to the Highgrove imitation, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine this. Meghan is seated at her laptop in what is essentially a beige minimalist showroom. She is using a trust fund to provide Pinterest core. A 64-watt candle and a blue notebook with her Royal Cypher etched in gold were on her desk. A logo that screams, "Remember when I mattered," with the letter M wearing a small crown. That monogram, which was revealed in 2018 prior to her marriage to Harry, was intended to be a part of her period of royal duties. However, it seems that leaving the family business does not imply leaving the branding. The video appeared on Instagram as if it were "We received a $64 candle that evokes the freshness of a day in the English countryside instead of palace gates and corgis," which is quite the assertion for someone who hasn't lived in the English countryside since 2020. Nevertheless, she maintains that this new line relates to her treasured recollections of her wedding on May 19, 2018, because nothing expresses treasured memories more than making money out of the symbolism of your marriage. Fans of the royal family were ready to share their thoughts. One person wrote another instance of Meghan using her Royal Cypher to almost anything. Someone else said, "Pretty difficult to sell a candle for that price if it's not royal." Translation: no one will buy it if it doesn't smell like Buckingham Palace. Now, Meghan has previously fully embraced her royal branding. She has been sending out stationery with embossments, using the same cipher to writers, podcast hosts, and influencers, as though she's still sending letters from Cottage rather than Montito. Beneath a coronet, she even had a gold sign ring inscribed with H&M, the joint cipher she shares with Harry, right out of a royal crest coloring book. And now this collection for Christmas. 2 candles commemorating her wedding date, 1 commemorating her birthday on August 4th, and an A vintage Napa Valley Brut bottle costs $89. A $42 fruit spread set with orange marmalade, strawberries, and raspberries is also included. However, this is the point at which the fragrance starts to resemble an imitation rather than mulled spice. Internet detectives discovered that Meghan's whole business, including the color scheme and website design, appears strikingly similar to Highgrove Gardens, the lifestyle and product line owned by her father-in-law, King Charles. The arrangement of the amount buttons, the gold bars, and the tones were all taken directly from the Highgrove playbook. One onlooker made the remark that she would fail for plagiarism if this had been an art school work. Not to be overlooked is the logo. There are 2 birds, a tree in the center, and a simple, timeless design that might as well shout, "I googled royal aesthetic," and that's about it. It's as Meghan believed that Americans wouldn't be familiar with Highgrove. The Highgrove line contributes all of its proceeds to charity, which is arguably the most delectable irony of it all. Every single dime. In contrast, Meghan's line continues to flow directly into her Montecito pockets. She seems to have thought, cute idea, but how about I make it for profit, after considering a worthy reason. Social media didn't skip a beat. "She's basically selling Highgrove on 2, a person joked. "Old money versus new money," said another. This is simply not how true aristocracy operates. Who wants to bet even her toilet paper has the cipher on it? Asked a third. Meghan, the woman who famously accused the royal family of racism, has a comically tone-deaf quality, retaining a precise representation of the monarchy. Why is the crown embossed on your stationery, my darling, if it was so poisonous? She is clinging to that M with a crown like it's her American Express card, which is surprising for someone who said she wanted to be free. Meghan's blatant self-promotional strategies were also criticized by fans. Do you recall her saying that she always carries a candle with her? As it happens, that wasn't a charming personality trait. It was hinting at something. In actuality, she was soft-launching her own range of products. It's kind of iconic and frustrating at the same time. Meghan waxed poetic about how the aroma of mulling spices made her house feel cozy and welcoming at a recent bookshop event. And Astonishment, as ever, is currently offering mulling spices for sale. It's no longer even subtle. She seems to be hosting a Duchess-style one-woman QVC show. You kind of expect her to include a link in her bio at the end of each phrase. To be fair, though, Meghan isn't merely imitating royal style. With the exception of the charity, she is likewise imitating the royal business model. When you contrast her candles with Highgrove's, you can see the difference. Highgrove products have a sophisticated, elegant, and genuine appearance. Meghan is plain, unimaginative, and smells like something that has been mass-produced and renamed. She had the opportunity to create something unique and significant. Rather, she branded some bulk products with her name and a crown and referred to them as luxury. From a branding standpoint, it's a catastrophe. It still feels like the uncomfortable offspring of a Buckingham Palace gift shop clearance sale and goop. There's only the hollow echo of regal neighboring marketing, no spirit, no creativity. Even her most devoted supporters, however, continue to cling to defenses such as, but her candle is cheaper than Highgrove's. Even they sound tired. Actually, the A's ever in actuality, candles cost more than those from Highgrove. Let's not act as though this is novel either. Meghan has been performing this play for years, utilizing titles, royal emblems, and nostalgia to give her efforts a little lift. The couple was instructed not to make money off of their titles. And yet here we are. Even those who previously supported Meghan are now watching her every step with a sidelong glance. The same woman who claimed to desire a secluded existence has transformed her entire brand into a lengthy, modest boast about her royal heritage. She resembles that buddy who left her corporate position to pursue influencer work, but she still lists herself as a former Goldman Sachs associate on her bio. The irony of it all comes next. The royal family that she said was trapping her is what's keeping her company afloat. She's just another former actress with an Instagram candle brand without the Mr. monogram. Eva is experiencing a packaging identity dilemma because it is not a brand. Highgrove, on the other hand, is nonetheless prosperous, sophisticated, giving, and unconcerned. While Meghan is attempting to persuade Californians that her marmalade is an encounter with spirituality. But let's face it, this is Meghan's tendency. Her royal connection always comes back to haunt her attempts at reinvention. Everything revolves on the crown, whether it's a candle that smells like the landscape she left behind, a podcast about empowerment, or a Netflix documentary series about royal pain. She can't live without it, even though she says she detests it. From the exterior, it's funny and terrible at the same time. She had all the resources one could want. Money, connections, power, and instead of creating something innovative, she imitated the family she vowed to leave behind. The sole unique aspect of as ever is its lack of originality. Meghan Markle is making money then, but this time dignity serves as the currency instead of pounds or dollars. It burns quickly, much like her candles. Consider this launch a royal regression if it was meant to signify her transition away from royalty. Because the palace branding endured even after Meghan left.